Hello there, Talkin fight fans. Welcome once again to another fantastic episode of Neil the Deal featuring Neil the Deal himself in the house to speak to you tonight on Michael Spinks.
Hey, Graham, how are you today, Graham? Everything
Thank
going
you very
well?
Everything's going great. Thank you very much.
Right on, right on. Yeah, things are going well, Graham. Everything's been, guys, thanks again for everything. You guys have been fantastic out there in Fightland and Neil the Deal talking Fightland with me. I'm so blown away. Thanks again for all the likes, the shares, the comments. They've been coming in fast and furious, and we're just trying to keep up here. So thanks again for everything, guys, and keep them coming. So, Graham, we talked a little bit about Leon Spinks last night. Do you remember that episode we had, guys?
Yep.
Yeah. So I left out a little bit of stuff I wanted to let the fight fans know about, and that was Leon's notable fights. So
Oh,
let's just go quick into those notable fights. These are the fights that I figured that Leon, was at his best or maybe at his worst. I don't know. You'll have to check it out yourself. But we're going to talk about his brother Michael after this. But the notable fights, guys, that I liked with Leon was obviously when he won against Ali. We all know that one, the big upset. He fought Larry Holmes. He lost by a TKO in the third, but it was a great fight. June 12th, 1981. He fought a guy named Bernardo Machado. Bernardo Machado, I believe Machado maybe. October 2nd, 1980. And he was KO'd in the ninth, but he won by KO and beat Mikado in the ninth by a KO. That was a fantastic fight for Leon. Mikado was a fantastic fighter, so you can even look him up, guys, if you're interested. And another guy that I used to watch, you didn't really see a lot of this guy, Graham, but he was a real character. I always liked him, and anytime his fights were on, I'd always try to tune in and check him out. His name was Randall Tex Cobb. Do you remember this guy, Randall Tex Cobb?
I do remember. I do remember him. Yeah.
He was like this big cowboy dude. Like he'd show up in a leather vest and cowboy boots and stuff, right? And he was. I think he was in a few movies, was he not, Graham? I'm pretty sure he was. Randall Tex Cobb.
I'm pretty sure as well. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. He was a movie guy. Became a well. I guess he was a pro boxer in the beginning and became a movie guy, and then. But anyways, he fought Leon Spinks. So check that out. Randall Tex Cobb. We're going to talk about him one day too. I always liked him. He had character, that guy Tex Cobb. I like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Good personality on the guy. He was very interesting. I liked him. So, anyways, guys, we're going to talk about Michael Spinks now. That's Leon's little brother. All right. So they grew up together and they both became fighters and they were both very successful, as we know. The only other brother combination that held world titles, brothers, were the Klitschko's. So it's pretty amazing. That stat, just that stat in itself. There's only two brother combinations that have held world championship titles in their career. So Michael Spinks, they used to call him Jinx. Hey Graham, Jinx, because of that right hand, that upper. Yeah, I think he had a right hand uppercut or something that was devastating. So it was the Jinx. You get hit with the Jinx, and then the Jinx is over for you. You're basically knocked out. So he was born on July 13th, 1956. That makes him 64 years old right now. He was born again, like his brother, St. Louis, Missouri, United States of America. His career was from 1977 to 1988. So his career was not as long as Leon's, but it was probably as good, if not better. I think it was actually better, Graham. He was the better Spinks brother in the end, I guess. Um, he held two world titles during his career. The first one he won was the undisputed light heavyweight championship, which he held from 83 to 85, and then he held the linear heavyweight championship of the world from 85 to 88, which is a really impressive thing. He was the champion of the heavyweight division for and all belts for 3 years, right? So that's pretty amazing. He had a wicked amateur career too. I didn't know that. Again, I didn't know anything about Leon's amateur career, and I didn't know anything about his, except that he was a gold medalist at the Olympics in Montreal. I knew that. That's when I was introduced basically to these two brothers, right?
Yeah.
So the totals for his amateur career are pretty impressive. He had 100 fights. As an amateur, he won 93 fights, guys. He only lost 7 fights out of 100. So that's pretty amazing, right? And he had a really great amateur career as far as the tournaments, right, Graham? So we'll go through some of his tournament amateur stuff here. He in 1974, he won the Golden Gloves, I believe, and it was in the middleweight division. He started out as a middleweight, Graham? And then he moved up as he got older. In 75, he won a silver medal in the National AUU tournament, championship tournament. 76, he won the Golden Gloves again, middleweight championship. And he only boxed 2 guys, which is interesting. This stat was really interesting. When he won the gold medal, Graham, I don't know if this has ever happened before. This is something that maybe Ray Bola, the Champ, the Scoop, guys like that, the real pros would know. He only fought 2 guys when he was in the Olympics to win the gold medal. He got a bye in the first round, and he had 2 walkovers. And then he had 2 fights and won the gold medal. So I think he only fought twice to win the gold medal, which doesn't make any sense to me. I've never heard of that. So any of you pro guys out there, Scotty Olson, Mike Strange, any of you guys who know, what this walkover thing is all about, a bye, and then all of a sudden you have 2 fights and you win the gold medal. You're supposed to fight 5 guys, are you not, Graham? Like, it's the Olympics. Everybody fights 4 or 5 guys to get to the gold medal.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Apparently he only had to fight 2. So
his lucky day.
Yeah, it was his lucky. It was lucky for him, definitely. So he won that gold medal, like his brother won the gold medal in the Olympics, 1976, Montreal, Canada, our home country. It was awesome. I loved it, and I was living in Montreal, so it was even better. So his pro totals, then he turned pro. His pro totals are pretty good. He had 32 fights, Graham, in his career, 31 wins. I thought he had more losses. No. Don't know who that was. Right, Graham?
No, I don't.
No? Oh.
No, I'd
Well,
be
guys,
guessing. I'd be guessing.
You guys know who he lost to. It was?
Leonard Lewis?
Nope.
No?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, wow.
He was knocked out first round, 91 seconds, and retired right there.
Wow.
So he said there was something out there that he got very crazy anxiety and fear all of a sudden. Like, I guess it took him over or something. And he just retired right then and there because of the way he was feeling, right? You know what I mean, Graham?
Yeah.
So I guess, he's alive today. He's well, he's wealthy, he's fine. You know what I mean? So that was the decision he made, probably for his better health at the time. That's what I would think, right? He just wasn't comfortable anymore. He got absolutely smoked. If you watch that fight, guys, the guy's 30. The guy's never lost, and then he gets absolutely smoked. So that was it. All right, I'm not the best anymore. I got smoked. I didn't like that part about boxing, and he quit. He retired, right? He didn't like getting like that was devastating for him, and I don't blame him. Like, holy cow. So, anyways, he had a great career. He was undefeated in his first 31 bouts, and he defended the light heavyweight title 10 times, Graham, which is pretty good, eh? And he moved to heavyweight, and then he fought the previously unbeaten Larry Holmes, okay, for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world, and won. Upset of the decade, pretty much, because Holmes was 48-0. So one more win, and he's tied Marciano's record. Michael Spinks won that fight. Unbelievable. I remember that like clear as day. I was literally watching the fight, Graham, going, I can't believe Michael Spinks is beating Larry Holmes. I couldn't believe it. So anyways, it happened. Then he went on and fought, and then he had the big loss against Tyson, and he basically retired. You know, he had a bunch of defenses of that title with Holmes, and eventually, I guess he lost it all to Tyson. I guess that's what the whole deal was. So he lost the lineal heavyweight championship of the world to Tyson, and that was it for him. So great career, fantastic. He was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. All right, so he's in the Hall of Fame. BoxRec and International Box Research Organization ranks of one of the 10 best heavyweights of all time. So he definitely made his mark, and he definitely he did the job. He did the job, Graham. You know what I mean? When he was in there, I saw maybe 7 or 8 of his fights, basically, and he was in every fight, and he won every fight up until that last one. So, you know, and he won gold medals. He was an amateur. He won gold. He was a winner all across the board, Michael Spinks. And like I said, now he lives with his wife and kids and stuff, and he has a very, very quiet life. You know what I mean? He doesn't do a lot of appearances. Apparently, he likes to go to the local schools, and he wears his belt and he wears his gold, Olympic gold medal, and he goes and tries to inspire the kids. You got to, show them that like these things can happen, right? Which is a humanitarian thing to do. Go out and show the kids, how to do it. You can do it. Everybody can do it. You just got to try. That's all you got to do. Get better, as we say, Graham. Not bitter.
That's right.
Good. Right. So, anyways, he just has a quiet life with his kids now. Ring Magazine, 42nd greatest puncher of all time and 41st best fighter in the last 80 years. His notable fights, we'll go over them, guys. These are the fights Michael Spinks you want to check out. Ones I've seen, and they were amazing, like really good. Spinks versus Eddie Mustafa Mohammed. That's Eddie Mustafa Mohammed. July 18th, 1981. He won by decision. Amazing fight. Michael Spinks versus Dwight Muhammad Cowie. Remember him, Graham?
Yep.
Cowie, yeah. March 13th, 1983. Spinks won unanimous decision. He fought Larry Holmes twice, and he beat him both times. Pretty amazing. So the first one, he won the title, and then the second one was a split decision, and he won split decision. So the two Spinks Holmeses are great, obviously. Spinks versus Jerry Cooney. Remember that guy, Graham? Jerry Cooney?
I do, yeah.
Wasn't he like the great Irish hope or something they used to call him?
Let's put him in that category, yeah, for sure.
Irish guy or something, Cooney.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder he lost. He's Irish. If he was Scottish, he wouldn't have lost. You know how it works. These Irish guys, whatever. Enjoy. He was gone after that. Spinks, and then of course Spinks versus Tyson. If you want to really see something that's sad, I actually after going through this, that's kind of sad, Graham? To have such be undefeated, lose that so dramatically and bad, and then just retire, right?
If you're gonna lose, you might as well lose to Mike Tyson. I mean, he must have been destroyed.
Oh, it was terrible, man. If you go watch it in 91 seconds, 1 minute and 31 seconds of the first round, and he was already knocked down 2 or 3 times.
Wow.
And it was bad. Like he said, he literally said he had this fear that came over him. I guess Tyson scared the hell out of him or something. I don't know, right? But it never ended there. After that, when he went into the ring, he had that feeling like he was scared, so he couldn't perform at the highest level. Right? He just retired for his health reasons, and it happens. It happens. So good for him. Right on, Mike. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming out. The likes, the shares, all the stuff, and keep subscribing. Really appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:30. Is that correct, Graham? 6:30?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yep.
Right on. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:30. Have yourselves a safe and warm evening. Up here, it's real cold. We're getting ready for the big game. Went and got the munchies, all the the nachos, some wings and stuff. Got a few beers. So we're good to go for the game. If you guys are going to be betting on the game, you know who to bet on. There is no other choice. I don't even have to tell you. So enjoy. Make some money for yourselves. This will be a good one. Neil the Deal. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care. Thanks, Graham.
See you tomorrow.